The mystery around archangels is deep and difficult to understand, which is part of what makes them so interesting. Their presence in the Bible is often vague, and perhaps no archangel is as mysterious as Michael. Even though he doesn't appear very often in the Bible, Archangel Michael has gained a huge following, not only in Christianity but also in Judaism and Islam, as he appears in all three religious texts in different ways. Some people believe that Archangel Michael's role across these religions is open to interpretation. In this video, we'll mostly focus on Michael's role in the Bible, but I'll also touch on stories and legends from Jewish and Islamic texts. This will help us get a fuller picture of who Archangel Michael really is and what he means to people today. He is considered God's greatest champion, powerful enough to cast Lucifer out of heaven on his own. His name, which means he who is like God, shows him as an angel of protection and perhaps the strongest of all God's angels. As the most powerful angel, Michael leads other angels and fights to defeat evil in all its forms. But did you know Archangel Michael is only mentioned 6 times in the Bible? He appears 3 times in the Old Testament book of Daniel and again in the New Testament when he battles Lucifer and the fallen angels. He also appears in the Epistle of Jude in a debate with Satan and is hinted at in the first epistle of the Thessalonians, although he isn't named directly in this part. The Bible's mentions of Archangel Michael are limited, and this has added to his mystique. Michael's first appearance is in the Old Testament's book of Daniel, where he is only briefly mentioned. Daniel, who is suffering as God's prophet, prays for stability in Israel. During this prayer, he is visited by a being described as a man dressed in linen with a belt of fine gold from Uphaz around his waist. His body was like topaz, his face like lightning, his eyes like flaming torches, his arms and legs like polished bronze, and his voice like the sound of a crowd. While this figure isn't identified, it's clear he isn't human. In Daniel 10:10-20, this being tells Daniel what will happen to Israel. The being, as powerful as he seems, mentions that he was delayed by the prince of Persia for 21 days and needed Michael's help. In Daniel 10:13 he says, "But the prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me for 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me." We don't get details on how Michael helped, but it's clear he came to support the being, showing his role as a protector. This event shows that Michael works alongside God's divine will. Some believe the figure speaking to Daniel is Archangel Gabriel, but others dispute this since Gabriel isn't mentioned by name here. In other parts of Daniel, Gabriel speaks clearly, so it's strange that Daniel wouldn't recognize him in this scene. This being appears more otherworldly and awe-inspiring, suggesting he could be another angel altogether, possibly speaking about Michael. In Daniel 10:20-21, this figure reaffirms his connection with Michael, saying, "Do you know why I have come to you? Soon I will return to fight against the prince of Persia, and when I go, the prince of Greece will come. But first I will tell you what is written in the book of truth. No one supports me against them except Michael, your prince." By calling Michael your prince, the figure highlights Michael's importance and hints at his special role as a leader and protector of Israel. Michael's final mention in the Old Testament comes in Daniel 12, where he's called the great prince who protects your people. This reinforces his role as a protector, and Daniel is told that Michael will deliver the people during a time of great trouble. Beyond these brief mentions, we don't get much more information about Michael from the Old Testament. In the New Testament, we get a clearer image of Michael's role, especially in the book of Revelation. Here, Michael battles Lucifer, who had become proud and challenged God. Lucifer believed he could rule heaven and convinced other angels to join him in rebellion. But to achieve this, Lucifer first had to face Michael. The battle is intense, with Lucifer even transforming into a dragon. Revelation 12:7-8 describes it. "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought back with his angels, but he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven." From these verses, we see Michael as a powerful warrior. He defeated Lucifer, who was God's favorite creation, showing Michael's unmatched strength and loyalty. Even when Lucifer turned into a dragon, Michael didn't back down. He didn't transform or change form, which some say shows his skill and confidence. He didn't need to be anything other than himself to win. We also see Michael in the Epistle of Jude, where he has a unique confrontation with Satan. Jude 1:9 says, "But even the Archangel Michael, when he was disputing with the devil about the body of Moses, did not himself dare to condemn him for slander, but said, 'The Lord rebuke you.'" This moment shows Michael's humility. Instead of engaging in a direct fight with Satan, Michael leaves judgment to God. This shows believers that justice should be left to God, and that even Michael, as powerful as he is, respects this. In another part of the New Testament, the first epistle to the Thessalonians, Michael is referenced again, although he isn't named directly. St. Paul writes, "For the Lord himself will come down from heaven with a loud command, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet call of God, and the dead in Christ will rise first." While this archangel isn't named, it suggests that Michael will play a role in the end times. Some believe this verse connects Michael with Jesus, arguing that Jesus could be speaking through Michael. Others believe Michael and Jesus are one and the same, as both are seen as God's most powerful beings. Today, many people believe Michael is still among us as a protector. Believers often call upon him in times of danger, and some feel his presence in moments of distress, describing feelings of warmth, peace, or seeing flashes of light. Others even say they've heard his voice guiding them, just as he guided Daniel. Whether you see Michael as God's mightiest champion, as Jesus, or as an angel who walks the earth protecting people, his story has fascinated and inspired believers for centuries. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and tell me who you'd like to see next on Biblical Stories Explained. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, thank you for watching.